So we are going through the dedication, the 10th chapter of Bodhicharyavatara, and at the moment we are going through making dedications so that the sufferings of the hell realm can be totally transformed. So now we come to the stanza 11, and now this is making dedications and prayers so that with the help or the blessings of other great bodhisattvas, then all these hell beings can be liberated from there, and the hell situation can transform into like more than a heaven, like a Buddha field. Jishirindirni hinji medong kadong shagyu mezi nganto shi kunni munsal degashi bin tuzun doko suyin tunyamte jende dina namki chilna shotna doji barwa yundoni arate gawi hyuji didong chani didong lenchi dobra hyu. So this is what fear it is, they'll ask, that grips the henchmen of the deadly Lord, the frightful virtues and the carrion crows. What noble strength is it that brings us joy and drives away our dreadful night? Looking skyward, they will see the shining form of Vajrapani. Then may their sins be quenched in joy, and may they go to him. So, may it so happen that suddenly, all the, the hell guards, the deadly lords, and all the, hell beings like frightful virtues and carrion crows and everything and anything that is, torturing these hell beings. Suddenly they are so afraid and they run away and they get frightened away, and so therefore, there is a complete, freedom from there, and everybody is filled with joy and no more suffering, no more, pain, and nobody is torturing them. And suddenly, if they look up into the sky, they find the shining form of Vajrapani, Vajrapani, the wrathful form of Vajrapani, who is holding the Vajra in his right hand, and then through that Vajra is, vanquishing all the lords of the hell being, and then they get so excited and so happy, and then they may get rid of all their negative feelings and all the kind of hurt and anger and hatred and all kind of negative feelings, and then they become totally joyful, and then they may all go to refuge to the great Bodhisattva Vajrapani, and the Vajrapani takes them out of the Vajra hell or Vajra helldom, any kind of helldom, and then lead them to the Buddha fields and other pure realms. So may this happen. This is Vajrapani. Then metu charba puchi tongde mbapai nyalwe menda chichil suepan tongchir lober devi tsamban deche sambaton senya namje shana pemo tongwa hius trodan je papola rewa tsokyo webite konginte yi dunga tental gawi hisham ndawa kene yosho shonchu seno tsewa shichirba yon super chamber jepa mepa sepa chishi shin Chuji laji chubin toki, shaji pema lanchuji, tuji lensin ola metu temi tsuji sharbako, kongzi yung lamo tongto, tunyun runden de tuji, nyanyo tenda tongni, tena senya chachon tenbashu. Tetar toki, getsi kendo zongla su, shonche senpa, driba metin dewa to, sihi tujin nyete charban bento, senje nyawa telo ngambar gashurchi is. So these are, then also the Manjushri, the Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, and all other, great bodhisattvas appear, and because of their power and their, their strength of the, positive actions and their wisdom, then, may all this hell situation is completely transformed, and all the hell beings liberated from the hell situation and lead them to, or make the hell itself into a heaven or more than heaven Buddha field. The 12th. And when they see the seething lava flood of hell extinguished in a rain of blossoms, drenched in fragrant streams, at once filled in bliss, they'll ask, how can this be? May then the denizens of hell behold the one who holds the lotus. So all this happens, the rain falls, the rain of blessing falls, and it it extinguishes all the fire of the hell and the lava flood and things like that, and then everybody is filled with the bliss, and then who can be this? How can this happen? And they look up and they see the one who holds the lotus flower, that is Avalokiteshvara. Friends, throw away your fear and quickly gather here, for who is it who comes to us to banish dread? This gleaming youth with bound of hair, this loving bodhisattva, saving and protecting every being, whose power relieves all pain, bestowing joy. Behold the 100 gods who lay their crowns before his lotus feet, the rain of flowers that falls upon his head, his eyes moist with compassion, the splendor of his house that echoes praises of 1,000 goddesses. May those in hell thus cry on, seeing Manjughosha, so they may also, see Manjushri, Manjughosha. And when they see Manjughosha, again the same, all the sufferings of the, hell realm is totally transformed, totally eradicated, and everybody. So this is Manjughosha, Manjushri. There are 2 stanzas about Manjushri, because as you know, Shantideva, his main his main connection is Manjushri. And likewise, through my roots of virtue, seeing bodhisattvas like Samantabhadra free from strain, those clouds of bliss all laden with a cooling scented rain. May all those languished in hell come now to perfect joy. So this is the Samantabhadra. And may the stooping, so this up to here, 15, is, and also, we can think of all other bodhisattvas and also Buddhas and great beings, may appear, and then it completely change the helldom, and all the hell situation is completely transformed into Buddha fields. So this is, and this up to this stanza number 15 is about helldom. Then the animal realm, dedicating for the animal realm. For the animals, there's only 2 lines, half of a stanza. And may the stooping animals be freed from fear of being preyed upon, each other's food. Animals are, one of the most kind of hard or most biggest suffering of animal realm is that it's all a food chain. Everybody is trying to eat the other one, and everybody is trying to escape and survive from being eaten by another animals, and also human beings and things like that. And so we can look at this animal world films, and then whether it's in the jungles, or whether it's in the sea, or wherever, whether it's in the wild animals, whether it's the fish and sea world, or insect world, or birds world, wherever, they're always a food chain, and they're living in fear, just trying to survive themselves, try to look after their children. They can't do anything more than that, and that also finally doesn't happen. And those domestic animals are then kind of enslaved by human beings, used, tortured, and they are given so much hard work, and they take away all their milk and meat and hides and all kind of things, and then so there's no freedom in any of this, and lots of suffering, lots and lots of suffering. So therefore, may all these animals may all be freed from fear of being preyed upon or eaten up like each other's food, and also other forms of sufferings like domestic animals and things like that. So I didn't elaborate too much on this, because I think we all can see those sufferings and pain of the animal or animal world. Then the world of Preta, or hungry ghost. Dhamini be mentioned Yodana Devach, Papa Sharon Zonki, Shani Papi Wajaj, Yodana Sensi, Twitching taught the Salvashus. Now the hungry ghost And may the famished spirits have such joy as those who dwell within the northern continent. And may they be replete and satisfied by streams of milk that pour from noble Lord Avalokita's hand, and bathing in it, may they be refreshed and cooled. Usually it is said that if you are born into the hungry ghost realm because of too much greed, the karma of too much greed, too much too much attachment, too much not being able to give anything, to anybody, things like that. And then you get into the, you create the world of hungry ghosts who are always hungry and thirsty and cannot eat, cannot drink. Even you can eat and drink, it burns in your, and all this kind of hungry ghosts. Or sometimes, so there are hungry ghost realms, it is said, where you are the guardian of a treasure. There's a huge treasure house, and then there's everything in the treasure house. All the wealth and all the food and all the drinks and all the precious materials, and everything there. And that's locked up. You lock that up, and you stand at the gate of that, trying to guard that so that nobody can get that, any of it. And you are always fighting with them, and you are always afraid that this will be lost and that somebody will take them away. And you are always fighting, defending these things, but actually you are not even able to enjoy anything out of that. So this is also said to be one of the. So of course there are no limit, because there's no limit in the people's kind of actions and reactions and things like that. All different kind of hungry ghosts and things like that. So may the famished spirits have such a. So all these hungry ghosts may also be totally, because of my positive actions and whatever positive deeds that I've done in the past, that I'm doing now, and I will be doing now, and put together with those of Shantideva, those of all the great bodhisattvas, and that put together, then may all the realms of all the beings in the hungry ghost, may they be their end, their suffering ends now and this moment, and be liberated. So suddenly a kind of a stream of milk is poured from the hands of the Lord Avalokiteshvara, and then all this hungry ghost beings bath in that, and as they being, then their body becomes totally restored to normal, and it's refreshed and cooled, and their thirst and hunger be completely quenched, and they become totally transformed. They become not only satisfied, but all their greed, all their miserliness, all their stinginess disappear, and they become generous and contented and fulfilled, and then they completely transform, and the realm of the hungry ghost itself become a Buddha realm. So this is, I think, 17, stanza number 17. So this is making dedications so that all the three lower realms, or three Nyen Song Sun, we call it, negative realms, be completely transformed, and the nobody be there anymore, and everybody will be freed from the suffering of these three negative realms. So I think I stop here. Thank you very much. It's stand number 17.